Hold on. Let me take a sip.
Halfway through the work week.
Halfway through the week. How are you feeling?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And I have a busy week and I have no days off.
Yeah.
And I have things to do. And I've got a visitor in town who's not a visitor. Looks like is here to stay.
Does she look like you a little?
Have you met Kenzie?
No.
Oh. Yeah, she looks like me.
That's what I thought. Well, that's why I figured. I mean, she's your kid, so
Yeah,
that's why I just assumed. Is this visitor maybe related
She
to
does.
you?
She looks like an extremely Portuguese version of me.
Cool.
Because her dad's 100% Portuguese.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she does. She looks like me a lot. And we have very similar personalities. And she's pretty funny. So, yeah, had a huge breakup with a boyfriend. And, like, total life thrown at the wall right now. I know. So
Been there, done that.
Yeah, like I have a Taylor Swift album upstairs right now. So,
Yeah.
I mean.
Listen, which tactic do we need first? Been there, done that.
I know.
A few times now. There's a process.
I know. I'm just trying to be a
just sucks.
supportive
There's
mom
nothing
at
you
this
can do.
point in time. And so I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah, there's.
And I'm trying not to judge. I'm still
You
your mom.
can't.
I'm still her
Yeah.
mom.
You can't judge. Like some of those,
Oh no, I'm not happy that this happened, but I'm happy that we're separating.
Okay. Got it.
It's a move in the right direction for her life.
Okay, we love that. You know,
Yeah.
it's so, and I think families are particular so hard. So however many years ago, now at this point, it's been a while, since I broke up with my ex, was in that relationship for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And a couple months later, after the shock of it wore off, of course, was having a conversation with my older sister. My older sister was like, I mean, none of us really liked him. And
Yeah.
I was like, did nobody want to tell me?
Yeah, it's not really our job because the thing when you wager your opinion when someone's in a relationship,
It's a risk.
You're not winning.
Yeah.
You're not ever going to win because it's going to be thrown back in your face if something bad happens and you knew all along. Either way, you don't win.
Yeah, I had a pact with my sister, and I hope she remembers this. Like, if that happens again, we tell the truth. We say we don't like the boyfriend so that I know, and then I can make a better decision, not wait 4 years in.
And, well, I feel like that the person in the relationship needs to come to that realization, regardless of what the outside forces have to say about it.
Yeah, for sure, but I still want to hear it. Like, tell me the hard truth. So that I can be like, oh, sorry, you
Is that
were
a
right.
one-time thing? Is that a monthly reminder?
I think it depends on how many times I need to hear it. Like, you don't want to be in a relationship that, especially long-term, and you're thinking about the future and whatever, and your things are starting to get serious, that your family doesn't support.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to be in a relationship where you feel like your family doesn't support you, but they're not saying anything.
But the heart wants what it wants, and it's going to make excuses for that bad relationship every time.
I see both sides. And I totally get it. And I think in the relationship, I totally get it. But also at the same time, I feel like I would want to know.
See, I was like fielding a press conference a few months back with my mother, my ex-husband, my everybody who had to wager in all of their conversation on this. And I'm like, look, it's going to run its course.
Yeah, you got to just let it.
It's got to happen. And it's on its own time frame. And we can just
Thank
be
God
supportive.
for families and that, especially the older members of the family that know that and just let it happen. Like,
Not my mother. My mother was like with a pitchfork.
Yeah, that would be me.
I was like, how old are you, Mary? Stop. Stop.
That would be me though if I had a kid. Be like,
She
let me
just
take
can't.
care of this myself.
I
Actually,
know.
real quick.
I was just like, absolutely not. That is
That's
not
funny.
the way you go about doing it.
Well, she'll be okay. Everybody's gone.
I know. So yeah, nursing a little heartbreak.
How
It
old
makes
is she
me a
now?
little sad. 23.
Oh, should we tell her she's going to have like 3 more of these or no?
No.
Okay. Okay.
No. She's coming up on her 24th birthday next month. And, we're closer to a quarter life crisis. I'm sure we'll get through that too. And then we've got to figure out what we're going to do. Well, when are we going to grown up? Sometime soon.
You hope?
I'm here to assist.
That's what parents do. Well,
Yeah, and I don't think it looks really amazing. Maybe she can have a Cape Cod summer. Maybe she can meet somebody. And it's been a while.
23? Oh, yes, she can have a Cape Cod summer.
Well, that's it. And she hasn't had one since college. So maybe that's the thing that'll do the trick.
And it's totally different at 23 than it is at
Absolutely.
18, 19.
It's way more fun for her.
Oh my God. I was
married at her age. So for me, I'm just like, all of this is gravy for you. Enjoy your life.
Yeah. Now you walk, like you're still like young in the bar, but you're not like the novice. So you're like, I know how much to drink and what not to drink.
Right.
And now we can have a little bit of fun and I know a little bit about myself more. Yeah, she'll have a blast.
Yeah, I think so too. Yep, that's what I'm hoping for her, that she'll find just a summer job and just forget about careers and trajectories of purpose. And
just for a minute.
Just have a summer.
Just take a and like summer on Cape Cod is the way
it's
to go.
It's the best time. Yeah. So go and enjoy
Say 23.
That.
Yeah, I did a few of those.
Yep. Do all of those and enjoy it.
Yep.
So I'm happy for her there, but also, tough to be on the mom side of things.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's hard for, how are you?
Because it's like another human, it's another mouth to feed, it's another person in the dynamic of the house
here
that
I was
already
thinking
runs.
about like, I feel so bad and empathetic for my child that they're going through it. And you're like, no, I got another woman to feed.
And just like a whole nother person to consider when you're making, this just runs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then you throw another personality into the mix and there's going to be good things and there's going to be annoying things. And it's just another change of...
Isn't that just family?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just family.
It is a fact that we have to deal with. And some days are going to be great. And some days are just going to be whatever. And so I'm kind of like mentally prepping. It's already going to be a shit show here because we've got 4 J1s coming in. I have another friend.
God, it's going to be packed.
Oh, 100%. Also, Greg is kind of a little bit homeless right now. So he's coming to live tomorrow for a little bit.
Okay.
So.
You know what, though? Like, this sounds so chaotic and sounds like my absolute worst nightmare, but also at the same time, it's so fun to hear because I'm like, oh, God, if I'm ever really in a pinch, you're the person I call.
Obviously.
Like,
you know that.
Pop a squat.
I know.
Wherever you want.
It's not the most comfortable. You're not going to love it, but it's safe.
It's a roof. Here you go.
It's safe. You're fed and you're safe. That's it.
Just hopefully that doesn't happen to me.
Yeah,
but,
right. But we got the campers not full right now. So just letting you know, that's sitting on the front lawn. All my neighbors love. Chagrin.
Oh my God.
Hi, here we are.
Now you're like, but now I need it. So
yeah, for me. This is where I live now. It's my only piece.
How's dad taking all this? Is he like, all right, just bring it on? Like,
yeah, he's so used to it.
Yeah.
He likes it too.
Yeah, he likes parenting.
Yeah,
he's like, okay, I'm in it.
Right.
Dad mode.
Yeah, it's something different and takes the stress off of us. And it also reminds him and I that it's not when we're getting caught up in our BS of like stress. It's not that bad. We're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's different. Just not what I was expecting for this April, but here we are. Rebirth and new things, Easter around the corner, and please, God, bring on the warm weather.
I know. It was freezing this morning. I was so confused when I got in the car and there was frost in my windshield. I was like, what is that?
I know.
Why can't I see?
I got up, I walked outside because I was going to walk the dog, and I was like, okay, just walk around on the deck. I'll wash it off later. Just go.
Just
going back in.
It's freezing.
We're done here. There's frost on the deck. Why does it
feel like the temperature is colder in the spring versus the same temperature in the fall?
Because it's just not full. It's not fully into the season yet. We're not there. So.
Yeah.
At least we got opening day for baseball tomorrow. Not that I love baseball, but it's one of those check boxes of spring.
I feel like people are going to lose a lot of money now that there's sports betting in Massachusetts in baseball, considering the games are 9 innings long and there's a billion of them.
So one of our friends, Ace, texted me yesterday. He's like, why are we not going after that money? They're spending money like drunken sailors over there. And I'm like, you're right. Put a proposal together, DraftKings.
Do it up.
If you need us, we're here. Sports.
Yes, please sponsor me, who has no idea what sports betting is.
Ooh, what's
or
this
how
bet?
any of the. Every time somebody mentions March Madness, I need to confirm that it's basketball. But definitely.
But we could make a fun little commercial about how we made bets on colors and teams and names that we know.
Anybody can get involved.
Exactly.
Even if you don't know what the fuck is going on.
Thank you. We would make a great novice commercial.
Yeah, we would, actually. Yeah.
Ooh, that looks fun. And we might encourage other girls to
I want to go for the yellow
increase
tea.
their gambling addictions. Exactly. All right, so let's get into what's roasting.
Let's get into what's roasting. Big news. John Mayer, he's been doing his solo.
Is it big news?
Yeah, it is. I think so. Okay,
I have such mixed feelings about John Mayer.
Why?
Well, because he's a pig, A.
What? Define pig.
Slept with literally everyone in Hollywood. Like hundreds and hundreds of women.
Yeah,
slept with all of them.
Yeah, for sure. But normal people do that too, and he's a rock and roll guitar player. Yes.
That many?
Yes.
That's a lot. Just like everyone.
Yeah, yes. And maybe I give John Mayer a free pass because it's one of those things where not a free pass. You don't have a free pass to be a dick. I just mean, like, I often find in society that when people are so incredibly intelligent in one area of their lives, there's like another area of their life that's like a deficit.
Yeah, he seems emotionally unintelligent.
So, you know what? You're disgustingly talented at guitar. And if your deficit is that like you're maybe not as emotionally aware for the opposite sex, I'm like,
He was caught up in the same situation that Taylor Swift fans were caught up in the Ticketmaster thing. And it made me laugh out loud that people were clamoring for John Mayer tickets. I didn't have the same...
Oh my God, I would. 100%. Those are probably... Well, I would rather, if I had all the money in the world, I would rather see John Mayer before Taylor Swift.
I'd rather see him in Dead and Company than just him on his own. I liked him with the touring situation just because it was a fun vibe and a fun little... party atmosphere.
He's just so incredibly talented. I think it would be insane to go see him live.
Yeah. And him being right around the same age as me, I feel like he's lived a lot of like just the opposite life I have.
Yeah. Entirely, yeah.
Like the complete opposite life I have. So it's interesting to see that he's still out there. He's still touring. He's still single. He's still... I don't know. I think he's emotionally broken.
Probably, but who cares? He plays guitar like a madman. Like,
all right,
like you know what I mean? Like, why we would be saying the same thing about incredible musicians? Like, who do you think are the best guitar players that the world has seen? And then let's talk about them too, because I think John Mayer aligns. Or the best performers.
I know everyone's on their own path to success and what they do. I don't think I could watch a whole solo thing of John Mayer. But then again, I really haven't seen him do a show in a really, really long time. Not since he was like 20.
Yeah, I don't know if he's maybe necessarily the performer.
Like filling Madison Square Garden by himself. Like, what am I going to watch?
So they added a second date, so he's doing it. I really, truly think it's just the incredible talent that he is. And I think he doesn't really even have to put out a lot of new music. He does because he wants to, but he doesn't have to. His original albums... that like boosted his career are still relevant, are still good. They didn't age. It's just good music.
I just don't know if I would want to spend that kind of money to just see John Mayer.
I would, but.
It seems very lame to me and I don't know why.
$300, I feel like that's easy. Write that check.
I'd rather go to a festival. I would. A summer festival is right around the same ticket price. And you can see 400 artists.
Summer festival is $300.
Any of them. The weekend general admission, any of them. Summer festivals, about $350 is the going rate for all of them.
Festivals are aggressive to me, though. There was one in Ocean City, Maryland. There's one in Ocean City, Maryland that's got like a ridiculous lineup I was looking at. And it's later in September, so it's after Labor Day. And I'm like, this would be great because it's post-summer, so I know I could get the time off if I really wanted to go. But then I get down to it and I'm like, 3 days. Where am I? Maryland?
I know.
To see these artists, which are great, but you have to like survive the whole day to see everybody.
Yeah.
They get 3 or 4 songs, then they go on to the next set. And you're surrounded by 100 people. I've done it. I did it in Vegas. It was great. It was fun. I don't know if I could do it again.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay to go see these people individually and like see them.
And see, I'm opposite. I'm like, bring it on, conveyor belts. Let's go. Let's do all the things. Get in, get out. Do your 5 best things.
Anyway, the point of that story was that he added new concert dates. He's extending his tour.
Which I just don't get. But good for you, John Mayer. Still getting people to buy your stuff. A whole show of John Mayer. Ugh. Sorry.
We're never going to, we can talk about this the entire episode. We're never going to lie. We're moving
not
on.
For me.
All right. So we were talking about Kelly Clarkson on Monday. Actually, a lot of the stories today are more updates to some of the stories we had on Monday because people love to just drop more stuff on Tuesday.
Well, that's what happens generally when it comes to celebrity gossip is they'll start leaking stories. So, something major is coming, but then they'll make it about something else and drag it on forever.
Yeah, but it gives us content to talk about.
I guess.
Anyway, Kelly Clarkson, she is now headlining a Vegas residency.
Her chemistry album. That's what
right.
It is. Okay.
Yep. I'm so excited for these shows. I couldn't think of a better place to get back on stage than Las Vegas. The crowds in Vegas are such an amazing collection of people that simply want to have a great time, and that's what we're going to do, Kelly said. So many of my musical idols have and still have incredible residencies on the Strip, and so I'm excited to create my own. She's going to cover hits from the 2 decades of music she has, as well as new music that she's been working on. I think it's great.
We say yes. More Kelly Clarkson. Bring it.
She's just, again, another one of those people that's like so talented. And I don't know how's she going to do her show though. And like her.
Oh, she'll find a way.
Does she have a season break in her talk show?
I have no idea because I've never actually sat and watched an entire episode of Kelly Clarkson's show.
No, I just watched the clips on socials.
Yeah, exactly.
Which are fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're funny.
She's just talented, so she can do anything.
We're just repeating ourselves. You can just watch one episode and get the entire show. Just kidding, watch them all. Okay, so something happened with Drake at a festival, Lollapalooza.
I don't know why he just left. He got mad and just left.
I think something happened. Let me see.
So he's in Lollapalooza, Brazil. He decided to leave
like
the stage.
Hours before.
Right? They gave refunds or partial refunds or...
The rapper was originally set to perform at the festival, closing out the event with a headlining set on Sunday night, March 26th. However, hours before he was due on stage, the fans were left disappointed after he announced that he would no longer be appearing. Quote, due to unforeseen circumstances, Drake is without members of his sound and production team, essential to the realization of the Lollapalooza show in Brazil.
That's fair, though. I don't think that I would want to perform if like it wasn't going to be right.
But this is so interesting to me because it goes back to kind of what I was saying before about going to see Lovers and Friends. You and I have talked about this. And it was like track and sound and then them singing on top of the track.
Yeah.
Versus like going to see a real band. Like they could unplug everything and still play to a concert.
Still sound amazing.
In the same concert we had, or the same conversation we had with about Adele. Like she doesn't need anything. She had a whole production she was pushing off and postponed. But this is a great example. And this is no commentary to Drake's talent or lack of talent or whatever. It's just such a different music style where they need so much more production and they need so much more tracking. And like he doesn't have a band. He doesn't have a guitar player.
Right, exactly.
He doesn't come out and have a drummer and a guitar player that he sings over.
If those elements aren't right, it's not going to happen. It's like going to watch Chainsmokers and not having a DJ.
Oh shoot, my USB
you know what I mean?
drive
like,
isn't working. The track is faulty.
What the hell is the point of you?
Yeah.
I'm not interested. So I totally understand that because he doesn't have that situation.
But I guess the festival is offering refunds to the fans. Yeah. After Drake's scheduled
I feel like
set.
as they should. That never would have happened in the United States. I'm shocked it's happening in Brazil. So.
But Skrillex replaced Drake last minute, and then they are still refunding people. Can you imagine being like, I got to see Skrillex and I got my money back?
I'd be happy with that.
And
but
was he just, maybe I don't know the details, but was he just chilling in Brazil and was like, sure, I'll come by?
Probably. Knowing Skrillex? Probably. Why not? Yeah, I'll show up. I'm like a puddle jumper away. I'll hop on my chopper and come on down. Absolutely. Yes, thank you for deleting that. I don't want to talk about that award show.
We were going to talk about iHeartRadio Awards.
About that award show. No, thanks.
Yeah, well, okay, yes, I know you're
But also it's pay for play. So I know the inner workings of all of that, and it's trash.
Yeah, but
so
some of the outfits were good.
Okay. I still wouldn't watch
Taylor Swift wore a cool dress with a hood. We were going to talk about that. It made me feel like it was a sparkly, sweatshirt. I was like, I can get down with that.
Is this a new thing? Dresses with hoods?
I love it.
Oh, I don't know.
What else? Have we really talked about the Matt Damon, Casey Affleck?
No, because we were actually in Boston and my husband was like, let's run over to Bova's. And I was like, wait a minute, is this down? Is it closed right now for production? Because you and I were talking about it. And it was. It was in the closed down version.
First of all, if you are
and then I was like, should we just go walk over there and see if maybe they need some help filming or maybe they're filming right now?
If you're a fan of our show, you know my obsession with Bova's.
It's so good.
Cannolis. Mm-hmm. And I didn't bring it up on Monday because you weren't elsewhere. But I was thinking like, I couldn't have gone to Bova's. Oh, couldn't have gone. And then we just moved on. So they're filming all over Boston.
We like going just because it's a regular deli too. So I was like, we'll get prosciutto and bread. And then I was like, Bova's is closed.
Everything in there is so good.
Yep, exactly.
And I wonder why Bova's.
I don't know. Maybe it was just, maybe they had the same experience there.
Except that it's just so authentically Boston that if you're setting a movie in Boston and you want to go to a North End bakery, that's just so...
Plus, it's not like the shit show area of the North End. You know what I mean?
No, it's like just
the
on a corner.
North End corner.
Yeah, but it's on a corner in the back with no parking where you have to like basically do a hit and run to Bova's and like somebody has to jump out of the car or you're like, Uber, do 2 rounds. I'll be right back. I'm just getting 2 cannolis.
Circle.
Come back in 2 seconds and then I gotta go home.
Yes, it does happen. I usually have good luck finding parking spots in that area.
Of course you do.
It's weird.
I've only ever ended up there at like 3 a.m. post everything closing.
Open all night, the whole day.
Yeah. Yeah, and being like, I need a love chill right now or I might die.
So I didn't see any of them out there filming anything. We definitely did a drive-by. I was just curious. I wanted to look.
I got into this show over the winter. I don't know if I told you this.
Which one? White Lotus?
Thank you.
It's not for me for season 3 because Jennifer Coolidge is now no longer there.
I know.
I'm sorry
I know
if I'm
you're
ruining
upset.
it for you.
Yeah. I don't think it's a spoiler if the season 2's been out for some
Well, season 1, Murray, he's a Provincetown resident on the regular.
I didn't know that.
He was on a morning show in Provincetown, and so they were like, "Oh, this is going to be famous. This is going to be whatever." And I just didn't know how to take White Lotus the first season because it was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is this about?
I was not sure either.
What's
Even
happening?
the first 2 episodes, I was like, I don't really know. Like, it was a little funky, and then you get into it further.
Yeah. It grows on you.
Were you a season 1 or season 2 fan?
I like season 1 better.
I like season 2 better.
Okay.
By far.
Why? Because of what's her face, Audrey?
No,
Plaza?
I thought. Well, she's unbelievable. I thought there were so many plot holes in season 1.
Yeah,
and so many things that where I had questions about, like what, but whatever happened to that, or
season
that didn't
1
make
was
sense,
slower
or what.
than season 2.
Season
for sure.
2, I thought had more of a cumulative ending, and things made sense. The conclusions in season 1, I felt like were out of nowhere. It was just like, we're trying to keep you on the toes, so we're going to do something completely random at the end. And you were like, where's all the evidence and all the inferences to back this up? Because this makes no sense.
Well, we'll see as the story fleshes out for season 3 now that they're shooting in Thailand. And I have no doubt that they're going to have an award-winning cast once again because it's well written.
For sure.
And there's just so much happening.
And I'm sure it's got to be... You said Thailand, so it's got to be either like Chiang Mai temple themey, or it's got to be like down in Phuket, total resort, gorgeous.
Yeah, it's going to be a ridiculous resort because, I mean, it's kind of a spoof on the Four Seasons type of destination
whole
situation.
New cast, right?
Yeah,
I wonder if they'll carry.
much.
I wonder if they'll carry anybody over.
I'm sure they will. They'll like
little like Easter eggy things that go over.
Exactly, some sort of way that they'll work somebody in there.
I was really not happy that they killed Jennifer Coolidge off.
Right? It was unnecessary.
I got it. You're watching it unfold and you're like,
no.
So
no.
Good. So yeah, over this winter when we were not, filming.
Yeah, I didn't think that they were going to take it away from us, and I knew that they weren't going to just end on season 2. It's been wildly successful, and the writing for it is pretty great.
Season 2 is Positano, Italy.
Was it Positano?
Oh no, or was it Sicily?
It was Sicily. Yeah, I was like, no, I've been to Positano. It wasn't that.
Either way, sorry.
It was the first time I ever got in a cab where the cab driver was openly drinking a beer and swerving us around those curves. And I was like, what? This is where I die.
My family's from Sicily, so suddenly my life makes a lot more sense.
Is that what the problem is? I definitely want to go to southern Italy for sure. That is still on my list.
I would love to do a trip. I'm hoping at some point my brother will be like,
let's go family trip.
Yes. Yeah. My dad wants to do family trips like whitewater rafting through the Grand Canyon. That's like my dad's like, let's all hike Everest. And
how much longer is Brad going to be able to do that? So I'd say let's do this, Brad.
Honestly, knowing Brad, a long ass time by far.
When Dad asks for those things, we say yes.
Nobody wants to go. No, nobody wants to go with him at all.
No.
And I keep trying to be like, Dad, if you suggest we all go to like BVI and sit on the beach, you're going to get everybody to go. And he's like, I don't want to do that.
Because there's a time and a place for that. That's like my husband doesn't want to do any of those things either. And I'm desperately in need of sunshine, warm weather, and doing nothing.
I don't know. Whitewater rafting the Grand Canyon sounds fun to me.
Yeah. Got to have at least 1 or 2 activities. I mean, you people are sailors.
Yeah, well, that's why my dad's
should be able to convince him to BVI situation.
Yeah, the BVI. That one would be easy. People are like, yeah, put me on a beach. I don't have to worry about it. But it's just funny. All right, we have lots of Harry Styles, Olivia Wilde, Emily Ratajkowski updates. The story just continues.
Okay. Go ahead. Talk to me about this.
So, first, okay, let's go back. Harry Styles and Emily Ratajkowski were seen making out in Tokyo.
Right.
And her outfit was super weird.
Yes.
Then all this information, then people started dissecting the videos.
They said he was a bad kisser.
Yes, I love it. And the commentary was so funny. People were saying Harry Styles.
How can you identify someone as a bad kisser from
know.
bad photos?
I don't know. I think it's so funny. Harry Styles being a bad kisser has changed my brain chemistry for good. I cannot process this. That's the most awkward kiss in history, y'all. No effort from Harry whatsoever. I love it. He's like this, like.
You don't even know what state they were in.
He's like this, like, sex symbol, like, pop star. No, people are dragging him on the internet for being a bad kisser.
Yeah.
Like, he can't be perfect at everything,
One
guys.
minute. Like, what? That's just
and I love it.
the state of affairs on the rotten web.
We're humanizing
One
him.
second, you're just this normal thing, or you're celebrated, and 2 seconds later, you're ended. Get off of my screen.
I love it.
Fired.
I love it.
And you were fired for your bad kissing.
I just like that we're... I just like that we're humanizing him. Like, he's like, you might have 12 Grammys, but you kind of suck at kissing.
Listen, that didn't look good. We weren't in that moment. Are people pretending that they were in that moment, or it's just like the bad angle?
And then there was people on Twitter that were like defending Harry, like, you match your kissing chemistry with the other person, so maybe she's the bad kisser. I'm like, okay, y'all, this is delusional.
That was a try hard. They really had to go for that one, but no.
But I didn't realize Emily and Olivia are like close friends.
Oh, that's super awkward then.
To the point where Olivia took Emily Ratajkowski to a Harry Styles concert when Olivia and Harry were dating.
That's awkward.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
So now poor Olivia Wilde sees this pop up. She's going through divorce. She's getting dragged by her ex. She's claiming poverty. There's like all that whole mess is like a
she
mess.
She seems like a bitch to me, and I don't know her, so I don't know.
We're just judging from
afar. Absolutely. I just judge Jason Sudeikis and Ted Lasso, and how could that human be the mean one in the relationship?
We just assume you're exactly
when
like your
Olivia
character.
Wilde was like she was in House, where she was kind of mean and cold and frigid. So when I see those two together, I just think Jason Sudeikis is the good one, and she's the frigid bitch. But I don't
assume you are like your fictional characters.
100%. If I'm judging you purely on the roles that you play in life, then I do not think that you are a good person, and that's awful.
Olivia Wilde, a source close to her came out and said she's trying not to be jealous because she's moving on as well. And first of all, I want to be like, moving on how? You're in the middle of divorce proceedings. Like, I don't think you should be doing anything.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been dating Harry to begin with. So
that's something about salad
enjoy
dressing.
Your time in the sun.
Whatever that was with the salad dressing should not have happened. Anyway, then Emrata feels bad and she has to come out and apologize to Olivia about the PDA.
That's awkward also.
And then publicly, like, do you think she'd pick up the phone or like tweet it? Sorry, you saw me making out. The internet's coming for me about how bad it was anyways. So.
And was this all just a ploy to get people to watch Don't Worry, Darling?
Good luck with your. Oh, I watched it.
I did. I liked it. It was all right.
I thought it was weird.
It was weird, but it was good.
This is the second time I watched it on the plane. This is the second time I've gotten into something on the plane that you don't want to get into on the plane.
That's always when you watch stuff, is when you're stuck there and you're like, I guess I'll watch this.
Or, yeah, but think about all the scenes in that movie that you don't want somebody sitting next to you watching.
Yeah, true.
Like, randomly. Or
like a little kid behind your head, like.
Yeah, randomly in the middle of things, he just like walks into the house and starts going down on Florence, and you're like,
right.
I want to close my eyes for everybody else here.
I watched that Katie Holmes Pandemic movie the last time I was on the plane, and there was a weird, awkward lovemaking scene, and there was like this little kid beside me that kept like putting out his fingers, and I'm like, I don't know if your mom wants you watching this. Like, I felt like I should put a blanket over my head or something.
Whole and like everybody's so close together and on top of each other. I feel like they need to like
probably shouldn't be watching boobs on the screen. Can you offer PG-13 only stuff when you're on a plane? Because that's awkward to watch.
No, but don't, because I want to watch the movie.
Also true.
And like, even if I watch it on my personal device on my laptop, the people are still seeing it.
I don't know why we've never talked about that before. That's great.
I watched something on the trip to California where somebody's getting murdered. I forget even what the movie was, but like there was a whole big bloody death scene, and my brother just looks over at me and goes, "Really? We're gonna watch this right now?" It's
like, okay, don't judge. Jerk.
He's like, you shouldn't be watching something that stresses you out on the plane while we're flying 4 million miles an hour in the air to our deaths. So it's like, you make a great point here.
I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go watch boobs, so leave me be. All right.
Yeah, but thank God he wasn't watching Boobs. Can you imagine sitting between my father and my brother and them watching Boobs would have been even more awkward. Okay, there's so many situations. PG-13 movies only.
Or put a blanket over your head. Thank you.
Yeah, me. For sure. Put a blanket over me's. All right, go ahead. We got Weird News Wednesday, everybody.
We do. This one is very relatable. I don't think it's super weird at all. I think it's just a fact of life. Dad accidentally buys 60 pairs of reading glasses after misreading the order online.
This is so something my father would do.
I think my husband ordered 200 pair of socks at one point from like Alibaba, whatever it was.
Why are
and
they
was
so
just
expensive?
I don't know. And they were tiny. They were too small for everyone. I think I just donated them to the whatever store, the Goodwill. I was like, here you go. But a dad has gone viral on Twitter after accidentally ordering 60 pair rather than the one pair he intended to from Specsavers. And I just thought that was so funny. I guess his dad, a radio personality's dad, Chris Arnold, was left in stitches after his dad opened up his unopened package. It was a giant one, and he misread it. It's not his fault. He didn't have his glasses.
That is so funny. We've done this a couple times. There was one time my older brother, we needed a soup ladle. He went on Amazon and he ordered a soup ladle. We came in. It was as big as my face. It was like this big. It was huge.
Like
and
industrial strength soup ladle.
We were like, how much soup? This is like bigger than a bowl. Like, what do you do with this? So now we have it on display in the kitchen, like as a toy.
I love it. That's good.
What have you ever ordered something accidentally online?
No, that's usually my husband.
Oh.
He did that with sunglasses.
Yep.
He was giving them out to his fellow workers at work. He was like, well, we might as well use them. Here you go. And then he did that with the tiny socks. That was funny. And I forget what else he's ordered. He's ordered doll furniture before.
We always threaten, because everybody's Alexas are all hooked up to everybody else's houses. And so we always joke in our family, like, I'm going to order you 8,000 cotton balls just like in a box.
See if you catch it before you send your order in.
Yeah. Like you're going to pay $49.99 for 8,000 cotton balls. It's going to show up at your house in a box.
Yeah. My family used to do that with like answering machine messages and change them when we would go to family parties. They weren't very nice. My mother's sisters are evil.
What is wrong with families?
I don't know. We just do it just to see if someone's noticing. Are we being noticed? That's all.
Yeah. Do you recognize me?
In this pile of people, will I get the gold star today for being the funniest?
That's it.
It's usually what happens in our family. So yeah, be careful what you're ordering, especially if you can't see.
No. The lesson here is be careful of your siblings. Be careful of your family.
Absolutely. And don't watch boobs on the plane. You're welcome.
That's it. Today's life lessons.
Get perky with us Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the places. The First Shot Morning Show, Stephanie in the Morning, Tori Talks Radio. Catch you on Friday.
See ya.
Bye.
The First Shot Morning Show is produced by Lemonadio. When life gives you lemons, make radio. We encourage everyone to listen happier.com.